about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
Yeah, it's Goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, this Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboys, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of your
I gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this out before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Henny DeMoore reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? Hope all is well, man. And listen, it's Saturday, man. Half y'all ain't had to take your ass to work. Them kids out the house, you can kick back, relax, take your shoes and your socks off, let your hair down, and you can pour up your favorite drink, man. You can pour up your favorite beverage. You can get a little tipsy today. So slide on into the liquor store, man. Let's get drunk off this Dallas Cowboys content, man. And hey, salute to everybody out there. There's already folks streaming in, ready to get themselves a bottle, preferably a gallon. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let y'all come in here and really get drunk with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got nothing to do tomorrow, man. Y'all can sleep in. If you get hungover, it don't really matter. So salute to everybody sliding in. I see my boy Cowboys fan Mayfield in the building. I see my boy Azteca in the building. I see my boy JVB boy. I see my co-host Landlord from Alabama in the building, man. He said as soon as the Bama game come on, it's diabolical. Listen, man, I gotta do something while y'all getting y'all ass whooped out there, cause y'all ain't gonna be out there playing no good football. So I had to do something. Hoodlum in the building, man. Salute to Hoodlum. Cowboys vet 71 in the building. But I also do what my brother Landlord said too, man. He's a great guy. Like, the only thing wrong with Landlord is that he's an Alabama fan. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that y'all do what my brother Landlord said and hit that like button in here, though, man. He is in here supporting. So I can't say too much craziness about my boy. My guy Ken in the building. My guy Ant in the building, man. My guy Paul. Salute to everybody sliding in, man. And hey, we're gonna get straight into the content, but y'all know the usual rules and regulations, man. Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all hit that share if you care. Make sure y'all slap the shit out of a Raiders fan right now, man. And make sure that y'all help us manifest in the liquor store. Cause listen, landlord pulled my card yesterday. Like, man, you just start manifesting. You start every show. We gonna manifest a dub and all this other shit. I get it. You know, so we gonna start back manifesting in the liquor store, man. Make sure that y'all drop 7. We gonna manifest a 7, a 6, and a 7. And we chose 7 because we didn't want to have too many 6s beside each other. We didn't want to have double 666 beside each other. So we're gonna put 7 Super Bowl trophies in there. We're gonna put 7 footballs, 7 shot glasses. Share the content 7 times. Cause I want us to win 2 Super Bowls, man. I want us to win 2 of them hoes. But shout out to Flan the Man 231 with the super chat. He said, "Can we make the playoffs?" Yes. Are we gonna make the playoffs? Probably not, unless the team has a drastic turnaround. There ain't nothing wrong with saying that. I ain't mad at you for saying that, because the odds are not in the favor of the Dallas Cowboys. Let's be honest. Odds are not in the favor for the Dallas Cowboys. They dug themselves in a hole. They don't have all of the tiebreakers they necessarily want or need. You know, their back's up against the wall. They could win most of these games and still miss the playoffs, right? Because they no longer really control their destiny. They can just keep winning games, you know, and hoping that other teams take L's. But we got to talk about it, though, man. Because like I was telling my peoples, the offseason long as hell, man. The offseason long as a motherfucker. Offseason, you know, is brutal. Not having football, not having Dallas Cowboys football, not knowing what's next and what's going to happen or anything like that. I spent way too much time preparing for the season, you know, wanting to see the games be played, to give up on them while there's still an opportunity. So until the Dallas Cowboys are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, or they make the playoffs, and you know, I'm rooting until the season is over. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting until the season is over, because off season is like purgatory. It's like purgatory, man. Because what I do in the off season, I be so desperate to watch Dallas Cowboys football. I be watching old football games, man. I be watching like games from 2016. I be watching Tony Romo highlights and Dak Prescott highlights, and rewatching old Super Bowl appearances for Troy Aikman and shit. You know, I be desperate for Dallas Cowboy football, you know, when we're not playing. So I gotta take the opportunity to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I was talking crazy, talking about making draft content, and I'm still doing my due diligence for draft work, right? You can't start in February trying to do draft content and think you're going to get everything covered. This shit just ain't going to work like that. So I'm still doing my due diligence, you know, about, you know, the draft. I'm just not going to flood y'all with draft content right now. I seen that shit too. It was 30-3, and then they took the lead 31-30. Last time I checked, it could have changed by then, but I seen it, man. But man, let's talk about it. And really, man, the first order of business, and we'll talk about the Raiders in passing. But the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, they got shit internally that they have to fix before we worry about any other team. You know what I'm saying? Like, until we fix our defense and until we fix our offense, it does not really matter, you know, what other teams are doing. Because if we can't get back to scoring the ball, and if we can't generate stops on a more consistent basis, it does not matter, you know, who the hell it is. It don't matter who the hell we're playing. It could be the Raiders. It could be the Panthers. It could be the Jets. It can be, you know, it can be the Packers. It could be anybody. If we can't score and we can't stop nobody, we're going to lose the football game. So, you know, I really want to touch on the offensive woes, you know, before we do anything else. And this is just the way that I personally see it. This is how I see it. These are some of the things that Henny the Moore. I can't speak for nobody else out there in the world, but these are the things that concern me about the offense. And these are some of the things that we need to clean up if we want to get back playing good offensive football. Like, in terms of protecting the quarterback, you know, saw a report saying Dak taking a bunch of hits. He is taking a bunch of hits. He's taking a whole bunch of hits. Matter of fact, let's start with that. We can segue into it. Since that's one of my number one talking points on the other slide, I'll use this one real quick. Shout out to Brandon Laurie. An eye-opening stat from Ed Werder NFL. That's Ed Werder on Media Mass yesterday. Per ESPN research, Cowboys' Dak Prescott has been hit while running or throwing 29 times over the last 2 games. That's tied for the most plays he's been contacted in a 2-game span across his entire career. So, I get it. You know, and one of the main talking points that we've been discussing was target distribution. How many targets should George Pickens get? How many targets should CeeDee Lamb get? Are we manufacturing the production of Jake Ferguson? I'm here to tell you, if you don't protect Dak Prescott, none of that shit fucking matters. Because you got that one metric right there we showed. He's been hit 29 times in the last 2 games. Always take PFF with a grain of salt. But the Dallas Cowboys are 28th in terms of pass blocking when it comes to their line and the rate that they're giving up pressures. And I know this to be a fact because if you look at like the pressure rate to sack conversion, the pressure rate has been high all season. It's just Dak Prescott has mitigated the pressure like a champ. Case in point, look at the Packers game. Micah Parsons was destroying the offensive line. There were niggas on the ground. There were niggas getting hip tossed. There were niggas getting humiliated up front by 11. And the shit did not matter because Dak Prescott had already gotten rid of the football. Dak Prescott has already diagnosed the back end of the defense and made an accurate pass to disrupt whatever gains and shit that were going on with the pass rush. Right? That's why Michael Parsons was so lit after that game. It's like, man, go watch the tape. My nigga Dak liked that. Go watch the tape. That was all Dak. That was all Dak. That's why Michael Parsons was talking like that after that Packers game. He was talking glowingly about Dak Prescott because he knew what the hell he was doing to that offensive line. He knew he was bodying them niggas. He knew he was out there bitch catching bodies. But Dak Prescott so cold with how he was mitigating the pressure, the shit did not matter. What I have to tell you is Dak Prescott can't put on a Superman cape all 17 games and hide the flaws of the offensive line. He's 32 years old. So he was able to do that in the Packers game. He was not able to do that against the Broncos. He was not able to do that against the Arizona Cardinals. Right? He was not able to do that these last 2 weeks. So that's one of the reasons why I'm looking at Shotty a little sideways. Because Dak Prescott is getting hit because your ass is getting way too pass happy right now. You're throwing the ball at a clip a little bit too high for the way that they pass blocking. And I get it. Your strength right now is your wide receivers. You got an all-pro in CeeDee Lamb. You know, you got, one of the best wide receivers by the numbers right now in George Pickens because he's still top in receiving yards. He's one of the top guys in receiving touchdowns. He's like that. You got one of the top ex-wide receivers in the National Football League. So those guys are your super weapons. But you still have to be smart with how that you utilize them and how you're getting the ball to them because it's becoming obvious, as the season drags on, you might not be able to withstand having Dak Prescott in straight up drop back situations like that. They have not held up enough for me to feel comfortable with you having true pass sets at such a high clip. Hey, King G, that's what they be saying, ain't it? And salute to C. Nicole in the building. Salute to my guy, Cuffton Cowboys fan in the building. Paul, King G, everybody sliding in, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. JV B-Boy in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit that share button for me. Y'all make sure y'all slap the shit out of an Eagles fan for me. Yeah, we lit, man. We in the liquor store with it today, man. Make sure you get your little something in your cup. Ain't gotta be too strong. We don't need you slapping drunk like your uncle at the family reunion, man. But we do need you to have a little something in your cup, man. But yeah, man. And that's why I'm looking at Shotty like that. Because this ain't what Shotty promised me. You know what I'm saying? This ain't what Shotty promised me. And the Aggies won. This shit, man. Because it looked like them motherfuckers were in mortal danger. But I'm happy for them, man. I'm happy for them. But yeah, dog. They're not holding up in pass pro. And really, I'm not going to even shame the entire offensive line. Tyler Smith, he's not having his best season, but he's not the primary reason you're getting your ass whooped. Tyler Booker has been hurt, but he's played good while he's been in there. So I got nothing bad to say about Tyler Booker. You know what I'm saying? Cooper Beebe has been playing pretty damn good football, man. My nigga said he up a perky. Hey, man, go ahead and mix the perk with the irk and jerk, man. Go ahead. Oh, shit. But yeah, man. But then, like, your interior is playing okay. But we're gonna have to have a listen. If it keeps happening, we're gonna have a real conversation about Tyler Guyton and pass pro, and we're gonna have a real conversation about Terrence Steele and pass pro. Tyler Guyton is playing better than what he was, but it's still not perfect. It's still like average. It's still like average play right now from Tyler Guyton. Terrence Steele, for as good as he is as a run blocker, he underwhelms as a pass blocker. You know, he's a turnstile when it comes, you know, to pass pro at this point. And it is what it is. You know, I've been trying to, you know, rock with T. Steele. He's a veteran. You know, the run blocking is a plus. But there will always come a time, unless you're just playing with a lead the entire game, right? And we know that might not be possible. There's going to come a time where you have to go into a straight standard drop back passing set. And you just have to hope and pray in those situations that Terrence Steele holds up. And for the most part, he has not this year. He just hasn't. As a matter of fact, let me just tell you the numbers. He's given up 4 sacks already. He's given up 4 penalties. You know, not the most jarring thing, but, you know, you got 8 negative plays right there from Terrence Steele. Moving forward, speaking of penalties, talk about Terrence Steele. The Dallas Cowboys offense, 32 penalties on the year. Tied for top 10. So let's go through the 2 things right now. The 2 things I'm starting with. Pass protection ain't been really worth a goddamn so far. You're getting your quarterback hit at a high rate. He's taking sacks at a high rate. He's 32 fucking years old. He don't need to be going through that shit on a consistent basis. Offensive penalties. We talk about other things that kill drives. If you're getting a holding call, you're derailing the entire drive. If you're getting a hands to the face, you're derailing the drive. If you get a false start, you're derailing the drive. The Dallas Cowboys, with the way that this team is constructed right now, knowing that your defense is giving up ass like a $2 hooker, you have to play ahead of the sticks because you cannot trust them to get stops if your offensive drives bog down. So penalties, you can't have that shit. Giving up pressures and hits and sacks on your quarterback, you can't have that shit right now. So those are 2 things that you got to clean up moving forward. You want to go to the playoffs, this offense got to start back scoring points. You want to start back scoring points, you got to protect the damn quarterback. You want to start back scoring points, you got to start getting fucking penalties. Right? Moving forward. Red zone offense. You started off good, Shotty. And Shotty, you had me bought in for 2 seconds. In the offseason, because we had a big ass file on you about what you brought to the table and all the things that you pushed for and all the things that you love. You said that there will be an emphasis on scoring in the red zone. You started off good. You started out as one of the best, in the league when it comes to scoring in the red zone. Since week 6, you're only converting 53.3% of your red zone trips. You're 8 of 15 in the red zone. You're 8 of 15 in the red zone, Shotty. That shit ain't gonna fly. So I get it. I understand. Shit ain't with your way, but Shotty, you get down to the red zone, you dry the entire field. And really, dog, I can really pair this red zone offense with situational football. There's been way too many times, 3rd and short, 4th and goal, 3rd and goal. You got 1st and goal from the 5. There's been way too many times where Shotty has abandoned the run. And Shotty, you told me you wanted to run the damn ball. You told me you were going to be a physical team up front. You told me we would move niggas against their will. You told me all this good shit, Shotty. So, and that's the thing. And there was one thing wrong with the offense, I would say fix it and move forward. There's a multitude of things that are not right with the offense right now. And I don't want us not to see the forest for the trees. Right? I don't want us not to see the forest for the trees. Because I've seen, we could run film on the shit. I've seen them try to target George Pickens down the field and Dak Prescott get his fucking head taken off because the pass pro ain't working. I've seen them try to target CD Lamb and they can't get the ball to him because the pressure gets there. And now Dak got to scramble. Did you know that Dak Prescott, your 32-year-old quarterback, has been your second leading rusher the last 2 games? The Dallas Cowboys do not call design runs for Dak Prescott. I think he has 1 all year. He has like 1 design run all year. So if Dak Prescott is running, either nothing is open or he's running for his fucking life. And a lot of the times he's been running for his life these last 2 games because protection ain't been shit. So going through the list, protect your quarterback better. Stop getting fucking penalties. When you drive the length of the field and you get to the red zone, score in the fucking red zone. Situational football. 3rd and short. Run the goddamn ball. 4th and whatever. Short. 4th and short. 4th and goal. Run the goddamn ball. Shit ain't gotta be rocket science, man. And also, because I am upset because I do want us to succeed. Because we got to listen, I still got faith that we can succeed. I got faith that we can win a lot of these games down the stretch. I got faith we can win 7 of the last 8. Right? I got faith we can do that shit. But in order to do that shit, we got to have some tough conversations about what's wrong with the goddamn offense. Because we know what's wrong with the defense. They ass. Like personnel-wise in the back end, them niggas ain't shit. Let's keep it 1,000. Your front look a lot better because you got Quentin Williams, you got Logan Wilson, you're getting Overshawn back. Your front looks a lot better, on paper, now that you made those couple trades and you get some people healthy. But your back end has betrayed you even when you gotten pressure. So we're going to have to hope and pray about that stuff. Right? But offensively, man, you got everything that you need to be successful. You can make the argument, hey man, you might need another running back. I understand that. I get that. And listen, I'm all for them picking up like a Zach Moss off the street and letting him be the running back too if they don't like what they got right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. I'm not saying, don't do it. But what I am saying is with the investments on the offensive line, is with the investment at the wide receiver position, with the investment at the quarterback position. You invested in your tight end because you paid them. There's no fucking reason to score 10 fucking points in the National Football League at your crib against a mid-ass defense. So that's what I'm getting at, man. That's why and listen, I'm not saying that the sky is falling, because this shit is still fixable. It's fixable. There are things that you can do to mitigate this shit. But it upsets me that I gotta take time out the show to talk about the shit, because you should have this shit under control. You should know who the hell you are by now. You know, but it is what it is, man. And also, to be fair to the offense, right? Because I do got it on here, so I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. There is added pressure to score on every position, on every possession. There is added pressure to score on every possession because of the deficiencies that you have on defense. That's true. There is added pressure. It does affect the play calling at times. You might be going for it in instances you normally wouldn't because you don't trust your defense to get a stop. Right? It's hard to play the field position game with this defense that you got. If you pin the opposing offense back in the shadow of their own goalposts, a good defense will make them punt. This defense, at least as it was constructed before, because we haven't seen a new look defense yet. But the way this defense has been constructed, if you punt the ball back, into the shadow of the other team's goalposts, they gonna drive the field and score. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I understand that there's been some leakage, right? The defensive issues have caused you to second guess some of the decisions that you make on offense. That's true. I understand it. I get it. I understand, that you are going through some growing pains, having new personnel. This being the first time that you juggled the play calling and being the head coach. Newly integrated run scheme. I know there's moving parts on this motherfucker. I ain't gonna sit here and act like there's no learning curve with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm fair. I'm rational. My frontal lobe is developed and works. I get that shit. But we need more from them. You know what I'm saying? Is it fair? Probably not. But hell, it's the way that this team was constructed, my nigga. It's the way this team was constructed. This long laundry list of shit, you got to clean that shit up. He said something going on with Blue. Yes. The thing that's going on with Blue is he's a fucking wide receiver that converted to running back. And, he ain't all that, he got issues there. He got issues. You know what I'm saying? He got issues. I'm not saying I'm not saying that he never gonna be shit, but he ain't like that right now. You know what I'm saying? And all that matters for me is right now, cause all that matters to me right now is the fact, that we need to win these games. And I don't know necessarily if he gives me the best opportunity right now to help it with my run game and help me succeed right now. Like, he need another offseason to come in and help this team. And we ain't got that time right now. If anything, man, if we worried about running the football and we think we putting too much strain on Javonte Williams right now, knowing that he has an injury history, we're not trying to run him into the ground. We need to pick somebody else up off the street. And listen, I talked about this slightly on the show we did. C.J. Anderson was on the couch. C.J. Anderson was getting fat. He was chilling. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was eating, 3-piece light. Oh, damn. Hold on. Let's say a prayer for Deshaun Elliott. He's a damn good football player. I'm not sure what team he's on right now, but I remember him from his time from the Steelers. His father just passed, man, according to my brother right here, man. So uplift his family in prayer. You know, watch out for him. You know, yeah, man, just say a prayer for him, man. Show him some love, dog. Show him some love. Real shit. Go show the man some love, man. That's hard right there, man. I talk to my daddy every day. You know, so I couldn't imagine some shit like that, man. So y'all keep them praying, keep them in your prayers. Matter of fact, man, y'all put some praying hands in the chat box for the Sean Elliott, man. I know we ain't a cowboy, man, but like shit, I don't want, you know, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So y'all make sure y'all send some prayers up for him, put some praying hands in the chat box for the Sean Elliott, you know, as he go through this family tragedy. Man, DC4L Texas, how you been, bro? I ain't even see you in here. Thank you for sliding in and showing some love, my boy. You said, I'm at my pop's house right now. Prayers out to bro, for real. Yeah, man. Like, real talk. Yeah, that shit rough right there, man. So, yeah, these are the things that they got to fix. Is there a target disparity as well with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens? I'll put it to you like this. I'm going to put myself on the screen as I speak. Yeah, C-Red. Listen, we get to the shootouts with everybody. We don't ever win, but we going to put up points. The Arkansas Razorbacks are like the college version of the Dallas Cowboys. We going to score 40, we going to give up 40. We lost to A&M like 45-42 or some shit like that. We lost to Memphis 32-31. You know, we lost some games in some crazy ass shootouts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But I'll tell you this about the George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb shit. And shout out to my brother Landlord, man. He said some shit that made a lot of sense. What tool is better? A hammer or a screwdriver? And my nigga said, you really can't answer that because it's dependent on the job. You know, there are jobs where you need a screwdriver and a hammer ain't going to do shit for you. And then there's jobs where you need a hammer and a screwdriver ain't going to do a damn thing for you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my nigga on that shine. I know he feeling out his body right now. And that's the way I view George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. There are going to be times where you need to be trying to find CeeDee Lamb. The matchup says CeeDee Lamb. The matchup says CeeDee Lamb. You know, the coverage says CeeDee Lamb. You should go to CeeDee Lamb. And then there's going to be times where the matchup says George Pickens. The coverage says George Pickens. You should go to George Pickens. When those situations arise, you need to pass the test of knowing who to give the ball to. And it's as simple as that. There will be times where CeeDee Lamb has the favorable matchup, and I will not say anything about you throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb. There will be times where George Pickens has the favorable matchup, and I will not say anything about you throwing the ball to George Pickens. Knowing when to throw the ball to your playmaker based off of matchup and coverage is all that I care about. It don't have to be equal. It don't have to be none of that. You know, if I look up and listen, because they change coverages because you got two number ones, right? So throughout the course of the game, who gets double teamed is going to change on one play. Who gets the primary cornerback going to change from snap to snap? The shit going to change, right? They may bracket cover CeeDee Lamb one play. The very next play, they may try to do a safety over top with the best corner over George Pickens, right? Because we seen the shit happen. You can look up the film. Both of them have seen double teams. It's when you go to them that matters. And one nigga getting double teamed and the other motherfucker got a one-on-one, exploit the matchup. And that's all I ask for. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less, man. He said, I just got home and just took the first sip. Sup JV, sup Red John. Salute to everybody sliding in, man. We 50 deep in the liquor store, man. We 50 deep so far. So listen, I'm gonna need y'all, to hit that like button. I'm gonna need y'all to hit that share button. And of course, when we 50 deep, I need at least 50 likes. Some of y'all may vacate the premises and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I get it and I understand. Yes, I did see that. So he's saying, and matter of fact, I could probably just pull up shoddy stuff real quick. I could probably go find this shit and just bring up all his talking points. Yep, I can too. Let me screen share it and I'll pull up Nick Hare's tweet real quick. Yeah, I saw that they lost J.K. Dobbins. And I hate that shit for J.K., man. J.K. Dobbins is a great player whose body has portrayed him year in and year out, man. Like, I remember that boy, at Ohio State and the shit he was doing. Like, he's a problem. He just can't stay healthy, bro, and I hate that for him. All right, let me screen share this real quick. Salute to my brother Rogue in the building, man. Thank Rogue for sliding in. Appreciate my brother Rogue, man. Appreciate all y'all, really, man. Like I said, y'all be making these shows pop, man. So I appreciate y'all for taking time out y'all day, to come in here and listen to me rant about these damn Dallas Cowboys in my kitchen. All right, so let's read this shit off real quick. Hey, it's all good, man. I started off with a rant. If y'all just now sliding in, I started off with a rant on what we need to do to fix the issues with the Dallas Cowboys offense. I had a big ass banner up and a list of shit that was wrong, and I spazzed out for a little bit about that, and it pissed me off a little bit. Now we're gonna talk about some of the things that Shotty said when he called in to on his radio conference call. Right? He had a conference call. There's some talking points from that I want to highlight, and we're gonna discuss it real quick. Like somebody mentioned in the chat box. Right? It was brought to our attention in the chat box that Solomon Thomas by my brother John Jones, that Solomon Thomas probably ain't going to play. Very first thing at the top. Very first thing you see here at the top, man. Solomon Thomas, calf, unlikely to play. But there is a very good chance for Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson, to play. Shotty said they're trending towards playing. So for the first time in a long time, your starting safeties will be available for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all. I have been super critical on both these niggas. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. Y'all know that I was calling for both them niggas' jobs. I was ready to move on. From Donovan Wilson for obvious reasons. I was ready to move on from Malik Hooker for obvious reasons. And then I saw the other safeties on this team play. I saw Elijah Clark give up ass and then break his rib. Wanye, he cool, he make a play here and there, but he has not done enough to take the job away from Malik Hooker. Marquise Bell, loved him as a linebacker, thought he would make an amazing box safety. That has not been the case up to this point. So, as much as it pains me to say, I was wrong at this point. Should the Dallas Cowboys still be open to bringing in like a Justin Simmons or bringing in a Quandre Diggs or bringing in, like a Thornhill or somebody like that? They should be open to that. But what I feel confident in saying right now is the upgraded safety that we thought we had on the roster is non-existent. I see why Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson are still starting. Marquise Bell was out that bitch getting baptized. We love Wanye. He was out that bitch lost, and he hasn't been able to play frequently because of the issues with his head. He's been having migraines. Pray the young man has a speedy recovery. But he also did not make enough plays in his time out there to take the job from Malik Hooker. You know what I'm saying? So, to be fair, I always try to be fair. Niggas call me Bullet. I do send shots. You know what I'm saying? But I be shooting niggas I think deserve to die. And I don't think Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson deserve to die yet, that based on what's on the roster. Yeah, they're going to do that. See, Red, I think they are going to change some of the things they do defensively. And it's not like they're going to have a new defensive playbook in totality. But it's just like when we get Madden, you know, let's say we run Madden, I pick the Cowboys and you pick the Steelers. There's all kind of plays in those defensive books. You know, it's just up to us to call them and run them. Like there's cover one in this man defensive scheme. Like they got cover one. You need to call the shit more. They got 0 blitzes in this defensive scheme. You need to call them more. You know, you got simulated pressures in this motherfucker. You need to call them more. You know what I'm saying? It's really the frequency of when concepts are called that I have an issue with, more so the entire, you know, playbook. Because they do some things that we like. The 5-man fronts, and you know, honestly, that probably is white cotton. But the 5-man fronts, we rock with that. You know, when they bring pressure out them 5-man fronts, they bring the fire zones and shit like that. We like that shit. I seen them show, you know, I seen them show like everybody was coming, and then they dropped Justin Houston and Sam Williams into coverage, and we gotta stop on that play. You know what I'm saying? He said, at least keep him near the line. Yeah, so I feel it. He said, draft Caleb Downs. Only way we get Caleb Downs, man, is if we, you know, don't make the playoffs. If we continue to be bad, we might be in the running for Caleb Downs. But if we, you know, make the playoffs, then it's a different score. It's a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit to where we can't, you know, we won't be able to. Man, I got to wait and see how it looks this week. I think everybody is excited about the additions on defense. I think everybody's excited about that. Another thing that was that Shotty pointed out. He said the bye week was big for linebacker Logan Wilson to take in and digest information needed to be ready on Monday night. And listen, I'm not saying that Shotty's lying, but as vanilla and basic as Eberflus defense is, like this nigga play majority cover 3. Majority cover 3. Some cover 2, you know, some quarters. Rare blitzes. What the fuck did he need to get adjusted to? I'm just talking about what I'm talking about, man. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Moving along to the next talking point. Snap counts for DeMaurian Overshown and Siobhan Reveal are flexible going into Monday. So if they're playing, so what I take this as, if they're playing well, and it's a gotta have it drive for the defense, game on the line, they're gonna put them niggas out there, even if they exceeded the snap count that they want them at. Overshown himself came out and said, "Listen, we had a conversation. Like, yeah, I'm supposed to be on the snap count, But if there's a play that need to be made for the defense, I'm going to be out there. That's what Overshawn said. That's what Overshawn said. Out of his own mouth and his presser. So I'm thinking that shoddy comment, really goes hand in hand with Overshawn's own comment. If the game's on the line, whether I done hit that snap count or not, nigga, I'm in. And listen, we're in a must-win, every game matters, situation right now. Salute to my brother Jeff with the Cash App right now, man. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. If y'all want to be like my brother Jeff and help out in the liquor store to help keep the lights on, cause niggas is po and eat fugazios, you can hit the Cash App. It's pinned at the top. You can hit the supers. You can hit the memberships. And listen, I've been neglecting the memberships. I swear to Almighty God that I'm going to put some more member content on there. But yeah, if y'all want to support the liquor store, man, hit the Cash App. $Henny the Mo is at the bottom of the screen and it's in the chat box. And I appreciate y'all in advance. And listen, I know the economy is a little fucked up right now. I get it. So if you can't donate, they don't make you any less a supporter. I still love you. I still appreciate you. You can share the content to a couple more spots. You can tell some friends to subscribe. And it works all the same, because that's still support right there. Yeah, because technically, unless you think the Dallas Cowboys can get into the playoff with 9 wins. If you think the Dallas Cowboys can get into the playoffs at 9-7-1, then it's not draft season at that point. Because right now, the realistic way for the Dallas Cowboys to get in when it comes to like the number, of wins, there's a very, very, very slim chance that they can get in at 9 wins. Not likely. There's a better chance they can get in at 10 wins, which is what we're trying to push for, winning 7 of the final 8. And if they go crazy and they win 11 games and they get some key wins down the stretch, they go undefeated these next 8 games, you might be a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you're not mathematically really eliminated till you lose 3 of these games. But realistically, you got to go either 6-2, 7-1, or 8-0. And and to get in with 9 wins, it's going to take the Packers falling off. It's going to take the Bears falling off. It's going to take a lot of teams ahead of you, fumbling and stumbling, at the back end of the season. Speaking of which, because I'll talk about this momentarily. And we talk about our rooting guide, like teams we need to fall in order for us to succeed, right? Sort of tricky because you done lost to everybody. You done lost to everybody. So easy one, of course, you want the Dolphins to beat the Commanders. For once in my life, I'm going to need the Buffalo Bills to do something for me. Go ahead and beat, go ahead and beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. I need the Bears to lose. Reason why you can accept the Bears losing, because really either one really helps you. But because the Bears already have more wins and they have the head-to-head against you, and you still have a game to play against the Vikings that you can make up for in the head-to-head, you would probably prefer for the Vikings to beat the Bears right there. Bengals and Steelers, it's AFC. It has no standing with us. San Francisco 49ers and the Cardinals. Now, partially, right, Cardinals beat you, but the odds of the Cardinals making the playoffs are slim. They got a tough schedule. They ain't going to have Kyler Murray for a prolonged period of time. So they're at 3-6 already. But you know, San Fran is at 6-4, and they're ahead of you. So you probably want the Cardinals to beat the 49ers, give the 49ers a fifth loss. They'll have the same number of losses as you do, and then the Dallas Cowboys just got to work on trying to make ground in the win column. Lions, you know, I'm gonna skip Ravens and Cleveland. That's obvious that they don't matter to us. Lions need to beat the Eagles. The Eagles are in our division. I understand that the Lions, you know, winning or losing has an impact on the wild card. But the Eagles dropping some games still makes it interesting down the stretch, you know, for the division title. Not saying that it's likely, but the Eagles do start to drop some games. It does help your ability to maybe steal the division, you know, from a team that's having some internal turmoil. Now, let me see what the record is for the Falcons before I say which one. I think the Panthers already have 5 wins. I think they're 5-5 right now. So yeah, they're 5-5. The Dallas Cowboys can live with Atlanta moving to 4-6 because if we handle our business, we'll be 4-5-1. What we would prefer is the Carolina Panthers, you know, falling to 5-6, and that will help us because we know we lost the head-to-head to the Panthers, so that'll help us. Moving forward, Green Bay, New York Giants. Green Bay Packers done lost 2 games in a row. They look a little mortal. Look like they might slip out of that final playoff spot. They're 5-3-4. Giants are only 2-8, and you already got the head-to-head against the Giants. You'll play them again at the end of the year to make up for any games that they win. Green Bay falling to 5-4-1 closes the gap between you and the final wild card teams. So if some of these teams at the back half of the wild card race start to drop games, it does help the Dallas Cowboys. It definitely does. And really doesn't matter between Seahawks and the Rams. Just 1,000% does not matter. They're uncatchable. They're both 7-2 teams. So I'm not really sure if it helps either way. So yeah, that's your rooting guide for today, man. That's your rooting guide. Dolphins over Commanders, Bills over Bucks, Vikings over Bears, Cardinals over 49ers, Lions over Eagles, Falcons over Panthers, Giants over Packers, and none of the rest actually matter too much. And of course, always win our damn games, because, you know, let's be 1,000. If we go out and lose, and if we do go out here and we lose against the Raiders, man, it's going to be hard. You then damn near have to win every single game. I just don't see that happening. You lose to the Raiders, you know, I can't lie to myself and expect y'all to beat the Chiefs or beat the Eagles or beat the Lions or beat anybody else if you can't beat the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So just got to figure that shit out at the end of the day. All right. So, hey, we got the final injury report. We got the final injury report out right now. Hold on. Let me get that pulled up real quick. Go to my page. I just shared it. I'm finna pull it up. Here it goes. Final injury report for the Dallas Cowboys. Solomon Thomas has officially been ruled out. Officially has been ruled out. Elijah Clark, ribs and illness, questionable. Ajanai Cornelius, questionable. Malik Hooker, who was a full participant on Saturday, questionable. Perion Winfrey was a full participant, questionable. Everybody else is a full go. Overshawn going to play. Rebels going to play. Tyler Smith's going to play. Donovan Wilson's going to play. So, hey, Dallas Cowboys are getting healthy at the right time. They're getting reinforcement at the right time. You know, all hands on deck, man. All hands on deck right now. Oh, yeah, we win the Super Bowl, and they can't say shit to me either. He said, I can't believe Eberflus is still employed. Yeah, man, he don't need to be employed next year. They've been talking a lot about not wanting to, they talked a lot about not wanting to, have 4 years in a row with a new defensive coordinator. Jerry Jones talk about he regrets it and everything else. But, man, it needs to be fourth. It needs to be four. It needs to be 4 defensive coordinators in 4 years. And if anybody missed when the show started, yeah, let's freaking go, Cowboys. Salute to DC for Life, Texas, man. My nigga always get us crunk in this building, man. But if y'all missed it when we started, this was my concerns with the offense. Pass blocking being one of the worst in the league by the numbers. Offensive penalties being top 10. Red zone offense being one of the worst in recent weeks. Situational football. The pressure that this bad-ass defense has put on us. Growing pains. Like, there's a lot. There's multiple things that have been going on with this offense. And then you also can throw in, and listen, you can probably say situational football covers the area when it comes to the target distribution. Because there's a time and a place to throw to each one, and that has not been done. There's a time and a place to run the football, that's not been done. There's a time and a place to go for it, and it's not been done consistently, correctly. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Salute to Sweet Zeke, too, in the building, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I be trying, man. I be trying to put out some decent content for my people. I be trying to put some content out for y'all. But, yeah, man. I just want to take time out of the day to bring this to y'all. Because, listen, it's college football Saturday. I'm finna go back in here and watch some more football. My Razorbacks lost again. They're 2-8. So, I'm going to need my damn Cowboys to do something to make me feel better. My Mavericks sorry. My Razorbacks sorry. And my Cowboys trying to act like they sorry. Everybody can't be sorry. In the course of one damn year. Somebody got to do something for me before I lose my damn mind. Somebody. So, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all good people for coming in and showing love. On the way out of the liquor store, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit that share if you care. Y'all make sure you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, because you know they deserve it. And yo, you can hit that Cash App, you can hit that Super Chat. Y'all can get the memberships. Do something to support the liquor store on the way out if you can. If not, tell a friend or tell a foe, tell a pimp or tell a hoe to come subscribe to the liquor store. And either way, it'll work. Appreciate y'all for everything. Appreciate y'all for the love. It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor